Hi everyone, welcome to Chef Shelley's Kitchen. I think by now, for those of you that have subscribed to my channel, you know I do a lot of desserts. I have a lot of gatherings, and so I'm on a plant-based lifestyle, and so the trick is finding something that you can bake that would fit into that lifestyle. So I have a vegan gingerbread cake that you're going to absolutely love. And I'm not calling it gluten-free the way I'm making it, but I'm going to tell you about some substitutes that you can make in order to make it gluten-free. The other thing is I don't actually add an icing to it, but it's totally up to you. If you want to add an icing, whatever is appropriate, you can. And but what I am going to do, I'm actually going to add some dark chocolate, some 60% cocoa chocolate chips. So we're going to put those in the inside. It's not that you need the sweetness, but it'll add a little something. You can also take those same chocolates, melt it in a microwave, and then just kind of pour it on the top. So totally up to you, okay? So let's go on and get started. So of course the base of our recipe is going to be some kind of flour. I'm actually using unbleached all-purpose flour. That's what I have. This is 2 cups. If you want gluten-free, there in the store you can find gluten-free flour. There you go. Then you can get gluten-free. The other thing is you can do a combination of rice flour and oat flour. How do you make oat flour? Literally, if you have rolled oats, if you put it in a high-power processor, you now have oat flour. So those are kind of some variations that you can make, but this is definitely the base of the cake. So we're going to start with that, and we're going to certainly go on and sift it, as we always want to sift our flour. And in addition to that, what we're going to do is we're going to add baking soda, baking powder, and that's going to help to make it rise. And so I have that, and then we also have just a little bit of salt. Now, if you're new to the channel, you might be saying, well, you're not telling me the quantities. Just look in the description in the comment section. You'll find all of the items as well as the quantities, okay? This is baking powder, baking soda, and salt. So I'm going to put that there. And then here, of course, is your secret. It's all the wonderful spices. So this is ginger, clove, nutmeg, and cinnamon. Okay, so wonderful, wonderful. This is what's going to really give you that wonderful flavor. All right, with that, what we're going to do now is we're going to go on and whisk all of the dry ingredients together, because we want to make sure everything has been distributed evenly. So we'll do that. And then we're going to add our liquid ingredients. And you're probably wondering, oh, what are you going to put in here? So we have applesauce, we have coconut milk, and then we have molasses, dark molasses, by the way, as well as maple syrup. All right, that has been mixed beautifully. Let's go on and add our applesauce. And again, don't worry about the quantities, just look. Everything is listed there for you, okay? And by the way, I have my oven already preheated on 350. So you're going to want to do that. And we're going to cook this for just about 30 to 35 minutes. If you've subscribed to my channel and watch, you'll know that I'll tell you that you have to watch out for, I'm going to give you an estimate of time. Your oven may be different. So for example, I will be checking this cake in 25 minutes once it goes in the oven. But my experience has shown that for me, 30 minutes is about a good number, but yours might be 35, okay? So I just want you to take a look, and then I'm gonna show you once it's done, what it should look like. So that'll help you out a whole lot, okay? In terms of knowing, okay, I think this is done. You can always use a toothpick as well, but I tend to like going by the color. All right, the last thing we're gonna add, I actually put both the maple syrup and the molasses in this one bowl. So I'm just going to pour all of this in here together like so. And this is just such a wonderful way of, again, whole food, plant-based, getting away from the sugar. So this is a great alternative. All right, we're going to mix these together, and I'm going to switch here in a minute and get my whisk Actually, let's do it sooner than later. Excuse me. And I'll put that there. Okay. And this is really kind of it. This is all you have to do. You're going to start to smell as you're mixing this, just the wonderful ginger, the clove, all coming together. And then what we're going to do, as I said, once I get this mixed really well, and I also recommend that you not use a blender. You don't want to over mix this. So that's why I'm using a whisk, okay? So once I've got this nice, then I'm going to fold into this those chips. And it's really kind of up to you. I've got a 9-inch square pan here, so that's about what you want to use. And certainly if you're making this, you're wanting to make a very big gingerbread cake, because you have a big party coming up, which of course I love parties, then certainly you want to double the recipe, okay? So those are all the tricks of the trade to get you what you need. So as I said, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure I have all the sides mixed well. And this is not going to texture, by the way. It's not going to look like cake mix really thin. You know, it has some texture to it. And if you're going to use oat flour, again, make sure you process it really well, or even rice flour, because you don't want it to be clumpy or thick. Again, here are my dark chocolate cocoa. So I'm going to just take a little bit now and mix it in. I'm going to add a little bit more. And as I said, it's up to you if you want to do an icing for this. I find I don't need an icing. It's actually, it comes out more like a gingerbread, really. What makes it the cake is really more that it's in this pan, but I like it that way. And oh my gosh, it goes so well with a hot cup of coffee or tea. So good. All right, what we're gonna do now is we're just gonna pour it in the pan, and like so. And the reason why so for those of you that cook, you probably noticed, wow, she put the chips in and kind of early. And it's true, this batter is so thick that I don't think it's gonna be a problem with it just going to the bottom. Some recipes that you make, if you use chips and it's kind of more like a cake batter, if you put the chips in early and mix it, they're just gonna drop to the bottom. But this is thick enough that that's not going to be an issue, okay? All right, so this is it. I'm going to get the rest of this off because there's still quite a bit here on my spatula, and spread that around nicely. And I did put some cooking spray on the pan, okay? So you want to do that so it won't stick. All right, that's it. We're gonna put it in the oven. As I said, I'm checking it in 25 minutes. For me, my oven, it usually cooks in 30 minutes, but anywhere from 25 to 35 minutes is about what you're looking for. We'll be back when it's done. So we're back, and again, 30 minutes for me is all it took, and you can see just how beautiful that is. So notice also the chips, the chocolate chips, cocoa, I should say, they stayed kind of where they were. They didn't all drop to the bottom. And that's because of the thickness. So let's just go on and take a slice so you can have a look at how wonderful this is. And oh my God, as I said, this is just a nice dessert. Even it's a breakfast treat, and it does the consistency, as I said, really is kind of more like a bread. So I just want to make sure so here we go. Looks delicious. Some of the chocolate is already melting. So good. So good. Okay. Gotta go. Finish this delicious treat. Honestly, I'm not putting any icing, and I don't need to drizzle any chocolate, the chocolate in it, because it's melting. It does everything I need it to do. So thank you for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, click the little button. I come out with a recipe every other week, something simple, delicious, and it's going to be healthy. I will say that. My focus really is on coming up with plant-based, vegan, as many gluten-free options as I can. And you can also tell in the title line what this recipe is. So check out my channel. Please give me a little thumbs up. It helps the channel, helps me to stay kind of top of mind. If you're viewing this from Facebook, particularly my Chef Shelley cooking channel, that channel will be going away in the next 30 days. So make your way over to my YouTube channel. Actually, when you're clicking on the recipe in Facebook, it's coming from YouTube. So this is just a direct way. It just gives me a chance to manage fewer sites, and I appreciate you for that. You can look me up if you just go to YouTube and put Shelley Young Thompkins, last name Thompkins, so Shelley Young Thompkins. It'll bring my channel. Thank you again. Take care. Bye-bye.